The Western Stage is a participant-driven theater arts company, and what that means is that we strive to bring together people from all different walks of life, professionals, students, people who get involved for avocational purposes, and to mix them all together in this wonderful creative ragu. We strive to break down a sense of elitism in the theater by doing this. We very much want to let students work alongside professionals and professionals work alongside everyday people. That has been the history of the Western Stage and has been an integral part of our development for the last 20 years. We're a theater who strives for diversity within our community. We're a theater which believes in ensemble theater values of putting ensembles together on stage. We also are a theater which is perhaps more than a theater, is more of an opportunity center and an outreach center for our community. So we have lots of different things going here at the Western Stage. That's an interesting question. We have anywhere between 300 and 500 participants every season. The Western Stage is made up of theater professionals from the state of California and also throughout the country. We have a strong resident staff here at the Western Stage. In addition, a good third to a half of our program are students who are looking for experience in the theater and who want to work alongside professionals. And then a good third of our program is made up of those folks who studied theater in their past and were involved and then went out and had to get real jobs, quote unquote, but want to stay active, and we provide them with that opportunity also. We have kids involved, we have elderly people involved, we use as many people as we possibly can. We indeed believe in participation and offering the opportunity, and so people from all walks of life make up the Western Stage. Well, the Western Stage has always had a commitment to non-traditional casting and has always believed in diversity. We've been involved with bilingual outreach programs in the community for the last 10 years. But we feel that more needs to be done to embrace diversity and to embrace diversity as indeed the mosaic which makes up the fabric of American life. And we believe really strongly in that. Subsequently, I'm taking steps to commission some new works. We've had a lot of experience in the past doing large ensemble pieces based upon narrative literature, and we'll be commissioning a Chicano novel to turn into an epic production similar to the production of East of Eden that we'll be doing this season. In addition, I'm looking to commission a new work, a new play, which is going to be about the Filipino-American experience in California. And also we're looking at commissioning a new musical for children, which is being written to be performed by young people. And by all of these things, these not only tap into the diversity here in the Salinas Valley, but we also feel that it provides a lot of opportunities for people who might not ordinarily come to the theater. We're involved in many different ways, and indeed it is our belief that the theater is at its best when it is a part of the community, not separate from the community. And we don't believe that you can do lip service to that. We believe that you have to get involved with people in the community, find out what those needs are, and offer the opportunity to satisfy those needs. We've been involved with this for a long time now, and this is just expanding. We keep doing more and more and more, and indeed, unfortunately, we're not able to keep up with the requests that come in. But it is I would say, a good solid third of our program is outreach. This is the 20th anniversary of the Western Stage, and it's my 10th as the artistic director. We started as a small community theater. We then grew into a summer repertory theater and been evolving ever since. We're now a almost full-year program offering opportunities for students to learn and practice what they've learned, offering opportunities for professionals to be involved, offering opportunities for our audience to see a wide variety of plays and musicals in a season. It's my own personal opinion that theater in the future needs to continue to evolve. And that sounds like an overly simplistic statement, but I believe strongly that we need to be looking to the 21st century. I think that theater needs to be in the center of the community. I personally believe that there needs to be, there should be in America, lots of programs like the Western Stage. We believe in participation, we believe in opportunity. We believe in being a part of the community, and I think that's not just a casual part of the community, but actively involved with working with people to help solve some of the problems that exist with the breakdown of the family. We have a strong kids and family program, which I'd like to get even stronger, and we stress that it's not just a children's theater program, but it's kids and families. We feel very strongly that we want to continue to explore exciting literature and literature based on ensemble values. And this is something that many times, because of financial restraints, that theater has gotten away from, and we like to get back to it. We feel really strongly that the theater needs to enter into the world of the computer, and into the world of video, and into the world of lots of different avenues of performance, and continue to foster new writing. We've been involved with writing projects here. We have our own in-house playwright project. We just finished what we call the Salinas River New Works Festival. We've been working on the idea of new works for 10 years now, and we want to continue with that. It's the encouragement of new writing and new ideas for the theater that the future needs to be about. In addition to that, there needs to be the continued emphasis on bringing all sorts of different types of people and ideas into the theater, and not just do lip service to that either, but to actually to produce, to find the money to produce works that that aren't necessarily mainstream, and that is something that will be an integral part of what we'll be doing in the future. I measure my success, the success of the theater, in many ways. I think that the first way that I measure success is that I have to fire anybody this year. And I don't mean that glibly. I do mean that from the perspective of were we able to keep the theater going? And were we able to successfully solve problems so that we're not constantly in a situation where it's a revolving door here at the Western Stage. I think that I measure success on having 130 to 150 kids involved with our summer junior theater program. I measure success when I hear from a high school teacher who tells us that she had a gang member who was failing English, and then our playwright program came into her school, and that student wrote a play, and that student was able to bring themselves up and pass English. I measure our success on the fact that when many of our actors will go into the supermarket after on their Sunday shopping, and in the produce department over a head of lettuce have a discussion with an audience member over the last night's performance, and I measure success by our audience in general feeling free to let us know what they like and what they don't like, and to be able to have a dialogue with them. I measure our success based upon a chorus member last year stepping up into a leading role this year, on growth, on personal growth of individuals. I measure our success on an aesthetic that I have towards striving for the potential of performers and of designers, and always trying to get the best from everybody possible, of not putting people into boxes and keeping them into pigeonholes. There's lots of criteria for success. I think that we always need to look at success as something that needs to be worked at, and that is, once it's over with, you got to work at it all over again, and not be content to sit back and to pat ourselves on the back. And indeed, the measure of success comes to us in many different ways. Many times the measure of success comes through our failures. We learn many times more from our failures. We teach in our rehearsal process that a successful production is a series of failures, and allowing for the risks that it takes for failure. So the measure of success comes to us in lots of different bits and pieces that we put together into a giant puzzle, and hopefully when it's done, all the pieces are in place. The country right now is going through difficulties, and I don't know if they're any worse than they have been in the past, and indeed our perspectives of the problems of the world perhaps are enhanced by the fact that we're bombarded daily with images, and the world is a small place now. But I do believe that theater is a healing process, and I believe in theater as a healing process, and I think that theater can get people involved in positive aspects. It can go after difficult questions. It can strive to look for answers. I don't believe that theater has all of the answers, but I do believe that theater can provide a lot of the questions and can seek truth and look for truth. I also believe that theater can help with the problems of the world by allowing for, again, participation. And I know that I speak a lot about participation, and perhaps that's because we are participant-driven here at the Western Stage. But I personally think that there needs to be the opportunity for 10 times the number of actors acting on stage, for 10 times the number of directors directing plays. I think that rather than theater getting smaller and smaller, it should be getting bigger and bigger. It should be encompassing lots and lots of people. Of course, mostly as an audience, but even more so for participants who want to do the art. Not enough of us in this country get to do the art. Too many of us have to be content with watching the art, experiencing the art only as an audience member. And it is that vitality of being able to be on the stage, of being able to build the scenery, of being able to design, of having that opportunity that so many people want. And it's one of the things that we put in the middle of our program. I think these things allow for positive reinforcement of social values. The creation of an ensemble is like the building of a family. It's positive. And it can only help some of the present problems we have with the disenfranchised nature of many of our youth and of our elderly. And indeed, it is something that we feel strongly about, that I feel strongly about, and that I feel that we need both in the theater and in our country.